Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. Yeah, it kind of looks that way. He does look pretty flustered. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tonate really see it? He thought he saw an R. No, he actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe... That's it. What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger? Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. But... the photo clearly shows that there is no R. Are you serious? There, you can see it. Or you can see the red part. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo showed that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point it out, or be able to point out what you mean. Sheesh. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? Maybe the R itself. Are you serious? Please look here. To the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? No, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw. It's true that the witness wears some very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you? But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh well, that explains it. Huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you've just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then. If the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? After the explosion? Oh, it was before it. Oh. So she was dead before the explosion went off. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous. If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed by before the explosion ever occurred. Order. Order in the court. What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion? True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. Oh. That way it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. What? Sounds like we'd better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see. According to the police report... Ah, here it is. One person. One person saw the victim before the trial. Let me guess. It was... Ted Tonate. And that person was... Oh, of course! Interesting. Only one person. Only one person that... might very well be the person that killed her. Interesting. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim. That appears to be the case, Your Honor. I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my. Mr. Tonate, just before the just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Oh, we got him, I think. Your Honour, the defence requests new testimony from Mr. Tonate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please. My testimony? There is no need for. He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. Wait, because of... All I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. I already told you. Whatever. Blast this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there. You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not? Tisk tisk, do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tonate. Mr. Tonate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Tonate? Oh, yes, that's right. Ew. God, look at those teeth. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm. Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate, for the court, what was used to kill Detective Arm? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. I don't think it would be a remote. I don't think a remote would have enough weight behind it. You can? Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tonate have that could have been used as the murder weapon? It was the bomb. He was transporting it. And of course it would dispose of the bomb as well. Its detonation would dispose of a murder weapon. It's brilliant! And they also weigh a shit ton. Not, like, they don't weigh so much that one person couldn't pick them up, but they weigh quite a lot. I remember it was said at the beginning of the what is it? Mr. Tonate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. I know the remote's missing, but I still don't think it was the weapon. Well, in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candice Arm was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Oof. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of head, caused by impact with a flat object. We assumed this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. So is he finally going to admit? Oh. That's a lot of laughing. Jesus. He started off with ha's and now he's up to he's. What's with him? He's got a few screws loose. Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? He's right, I don't have anything decisive. Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad, the bomb is blown to bits, it's long gone. Boom. Game over. Game over, yeah! Oh, I'm almost certain that was supposed to be a reference to that. That is great. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? It's cracked. It's cracked. I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. Ugh. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tony managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tony murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tony had to hide. That's the diagram. Oh no. He hid her body. He killed her, hid her body, and then removed her body and, you know, set up the scene. Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. And also the fact that before the trial, Ted was the only one that actually saw her. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tony would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right. And if we can figure out where that hiding place was, exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tony have hidden the body during the trial? Oh no. It's the only thing he had access to. It'd be big enough to store a body, I think. That's pretty fucking awful though. Wait, a box big enough for a body, a box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tony. What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me. Now show me what's inside that bomb transport case. Well, the body's not going to be in there, but I'm assuming the blood. What? Why? No, there's no need. I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But there was... Oh, but where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Oh, right there. What did that say? Right here, right there, right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Ho ho ho! The crowd's in an uproar. Let's not. Not if you value your life. Oh, okay. It's a threat. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Mr. Tony, are you threatening me? I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tony, didn't you say that's just a training model? A fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made. What? Then I'll wait to take that as a confession on your part. I'll take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. Mr. Tony, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH-3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH-3000 in there? I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out. Yeah, if we can check the display, that would be useful. No, not a possibility, a certainty. I did it. So, he's had a real bomb with him this whole time. You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Woohoo! Order in the court. I'm out of here. It's gonna blow. Run! God, he just caused a bunch of chaos. You four are still here? Well, well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day. The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. And Mr. Payne, he left. Oh no, he didn't. Aye. That is... oh, he left. And he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Aha! It ain't busted. Only 3 more minutes. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Run like a yellow-bellied chicken. Stand my ground. It didn't have a busted display, so... I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere, Ted Tonate. Oh? Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Also not... well, technically yes, but... I've had 1 2 and 3/4 hour stream and then this one, which I started just over 2.5 hours ago. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing? Even at the risk of your own life? Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now, not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. Now we're going to show the display. Proof that Mr. Tonate's bomb is not the real HH-3000. Really? Out with it then, immediately. Where is the proof that what Mr. Tonate is holding is not the real HH-3000? I'm so glad it showed the display. Boom. The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely, it broke when Mr. Tonate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right. Therefore, this is not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tonate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Oh, and we got him. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No, stop! Is it just gonna be blood? I'm assuming it'll... yeah, it's blood. Oh, boy. What is that? Is that a blood stain? Just as I expected. Your lives have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tonate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood. And that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. Hallelujah. How about it, Mr. Tonate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Oh! Nice. Is it gonna have a breakdown? Dismantle it? You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This HH-3000 is about to explode. Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate. I've already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real. This bomb is the real thing, I tell you. It's real. Oh god, he's crazy. Mad Bomber, party of 1. There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Yeah, this guy's, insane. I'm not gonna make it! Only one thing left to do. What the fuck? Did he just... headbutt it? What the fuck did I just witness? Did he headbutt it or bite it? Oh, he made it with just 2 seconds. Wait, so that one was... wait, was it actually real then? Oh god. Oh. Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. Oh god, he looks terrifying without those goggles. It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? Oh. She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up, and now all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and... clocked him a new one too. Found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him, and BAM! When the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why? Oh why? I don't like him without the goggles. He looks, pretty creepy. Ted Tonate, you are hereby under arrest. On suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Also, what about the murder of Candice Arm? You're not gonna charge him for her murder? Are you serious? Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Woods' verdict. Not guilty! Woo! Nice! Oh, look at us. Court is adjourned. Hallelujah. Well, that's the end of the first case. Just a taste of things to come. This is going to be the only case that takes just under 3 hours to complete. All of the others are going to be like between 6 and 8 hours, I would guess. I'd probably say between 4 and 8 hours actually is probably more accurate. Phew! You did it, boss. I pressed that button again. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off, somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. What about that bloody remote, though? It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of there, that was great. Mr. Wright, Athena, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime. That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you could make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think? What? That's no forest, that's a mountain. But you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? Yeah, the remote. A switch that starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen before the blast, and is now missing. The remote switch, right? Yeah. I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tonate just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Yeah, I know. Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone. Okay. Huh? My grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo. Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. Oh, she's gonna be thrilled. And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Cykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believed. Alright. Oh my god, it's 4:32 AM. Damn! But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Foreshadowing? Oh right, there's still more. The Write Anything Agency. Oh. Wait.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why? I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Huh?
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
Wait. Yeah, okay. What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. Huh. Oh no, my internet. Fuck! And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mystical creature? I think is what that said. Illustrations and anime cutscenes. Alright, well, my stream disconnected, but never mind. Illustrations and anime cutscenes galleries have been unlocked. Please go to Extras and DLC to view them. Nice! Saving data. Alright. Episode 2, The Monstrous Turnabout. Wait, is it literally starting it right now? No, 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 no. I don't want to see this. This will just be a nice preview for next time, I suppose. But I don't want to go straight onto next trial. That's dumb. What on earth? Oh, right, yeah, that is what happened. My internet did fuck up and break.
The fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and sealed the fallen demon away. To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the forbidden chamber.
Ooh.
Night, night, Alderman. Sweet dreams.
That sounds familiar. Like the voice, I mean.
At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
Kinda sounds like the voice actor for Sebastian of Black Butler. Don't know if that's the case. Yeah, I don't want to do this. No, I just want to go to the title, please. Not that. Where's title? There. How did I not see that? Return to the title screen. Yes. I mean, I could also save here. I'll save first, just in case. But I'm just going to start from the beginning of the episode anyway. Well, that's Apollo. Return to title. Yes. Okay. Alright, well, that is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.